When the ball is in your court, do you know what to do? That's a key aspect of entrepreneurial success. You've joined us here on Next Biz Success. My name is Len Hinderrocker, and I have a guy for you because he knows how sports psychology and performance relates directly to you as a small business person or even wannabe entrepreneur. Jim Meyer with the Training and Consulting Connection in the Omaha, Nebraska area. Thank you for coming on Next Biz Success.
Thank you, Len. My pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. And you are known for a lot of different things. You're one of those guys that came out of a corporate environment, went out on his own, become a consultant, a speaker, an entrepreneur. Right. But you have an interesting thing. You found a way to penetrate a niche, which is sports psychology, right?
Correct.
Tell me a little bit about that first.
Sure. Well, I own my business, the Training and Consulting Connection. I'm in my 19th year after 15 years.
Congratulations.
In corporate. Well, it just means I'm not going to die young. You know, it's just I'm older now.
Oh, you're engaged, though.
Yeah, I'm engaged. Well, I've always played sports, and when my kids were little, and I was coaching them, I started using many of the things I do as a professional, as an organization development consultant coach, meaning a lot of philosophy, psychology, sociology applied to sports, and realize that there's real success there, or lack of it. Not so much just the technical, physical skills, which are critical. And the information you need to hit. Well, in life is. Our biggest competitors ourselves, not whoever is outside of us.
You have these great quotes, and I love the little sound bites, and it's fun to watch. But really, what can a small business person who's run a little family business, you know, and it's hard out there and getting revenue and produce, what can a person like that learn from you and your clients who would be like a pitcher on a mound or a golfer?
Sure.
Distill it all down to us so we can perform on the field of life.
I'll give you 3 points. I think the 3 biggies of the stool in that sense are: you got to believe in yourself.
Okay.
Really, really believe in yourself. Okay. I mean,
more than any reasonable person should.
And you know, really understand where you get what are beliefs. Where do you're because the biggest competition again is ourselves, and so I'm constantly struggling with every day with this guy called belief that lives with me and this guy called doubt. See, and even when I'm playing golf, for example, and this has direct relationship to business. I'm ready to hit a golf shot, and I'm doing pretty well, and belief is up here on my left shoulder, and I'm about to hit, and you know who hops on my right shoulder out of seemingly nowhere is doubt. And it's wrong to try to deny that doubt exists. The thing is to acknowledge them and sublimate them.
Sublimate.
And so what I do
sounds like repression to me.
I say, doubt, hi, glad to see you. I don't have time for you. Belief and I have a golf shot to hit. I take him, put him in my hand, squeeze him, put him in my back pocket, do a little slap back there.
So that's what you do.
And so and I think from a business standpoint, a client is not going to hire somebody if that person doesn't believe in themselves.
Right.
But they don't want arrogance either, though.
Well, and that's where I'm going to go right now. Do you think that most business people, now you come out of a large Union Pacific corporate environment, but we're talking now about small businesses and the ego and the drive of the entrepreneur, all right? Do you think that most small business people overestimate themselves or underestimate themselves? You're the best person to ask that question that I've ever come across.
Well, I think most of them overestimate themselves in a sense of all it takes. There's no doubt that they have confidence in elements of what it takes. The question is it been properly analyzed and understood as to what are all the components,
the whole package,
to be effective as an entrepreneur? The long-term power pieces that you got to have. That's so in a sense that it may be more of the blind spot versus the not knowing. Not knowing what you don't know.
Well, and that's another thing. You know, Warren Bennis is a well-known author in the business.
Absolutely, I read a lot of his stuff.
I'm sure you have. And one of the things that he says is that entrepreneurs succeed in spite of themselves. Many of them are so naive they don't know it can't be done.
Oh, I love that point. I think the high performance people don't know any better. You know, in fact, one of my favorite quotes, because I've studied innovation a great deal, is from a guy named Sidney Parnes, who started the Creativity Institute at University of Buffalo. And he said, he talked about that point, that creativity is really play at the higher level. They're having fun, the adult. So that's where the energy comes from, Lynn.
And it takes that energy to go over the top and be an entrepreneur and sustain yourself when there's nobody around to tell you you're great.
It's that taking initiative.
Yeah.
And taking initiative and making decisions and being willing to live with those decisions and not, because in my case, for example, and this is true for anybody that owns their own business like you.
Sure.
My business is a training and consulting connection.
Yeah.
I am the business.
Yeah.
I am the values. I am the structure.
Right.
I don't point to somebody and say, well, it's the boss's fault.
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking in the mirror.
Right.
So,
and that's hard. I mean, it's empowering in a way. It's liberating on your good days,
Yep.
but on those days that things haven't been going so well, it's a burden. It's difficult sometimes to have to step up and do everything well.
Yes.
You know, I want to ask you this question. Now, many of us go to seminars. I know you're the kind of guy, you're into growth and learning and development and so on. You find out things you need to do to grow your business.
Yes.
But for some reason, many of those things don't actually unfold, right?
Mm-hmm.
Many entrepreneurs are watching this video right now and they're saying to themselves, oh, I got to learn more about social media. I got to learn how to do the Twitter. I got to learn how to enhance production of my product or service, but I can't get around to getting it done. What do you say to those kinds of people that feel like they're blocked and don't know why?
Well, I think that this is where knowing yourself is always first and foremost critical.
Self-knowledge.
Self-knowledge, knowing what my strengths are, what my relative weaknesses are,
Yeah.
again, blind spots, and saying, you know, is this something that I really need to get assistance in? It's the make-buy decision.
Yeah.
Make-buy, I mean, for example, my computer last week went to life support system.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fix that thing. Don't hire me for that.
Yeah.
I'm not good at that.
The learning curve, is there. I'm sure you could climb up it, but what could you be doing elsewhere?
That would be stupid to be so egocentric and naive to think, well, I'll hammer through this thing.
Yeah.
In the meantime, emails are not being responded. I'm not putting together some proposals, all of that stuff. So it's the make-buy. Either you add staff as you grow the business or you go out and get good resources.
Yeah. And the interesting thing is, to wrap this deal up, every minute you're forced into making these decisions because your time is so limited.
Right.
There's a million things you could be doing. And to just keep soul searching almost all day long, what could I do next? What would be the right thing to do next? What are my priorities at this moment? Oh, my priorities change. It's a tough deal to handle on the field, and especially in small business. Jim Meyer with the Training Consulting Connection in Omaha, Nebraska. This has been illuminating for me, and I'm sure many of our video podcast viewers will appreciate this as well. My name is Lynn Hinderrocker. This is Next Biz Success. Jim Meyer has given us an insight into the brain of the sports person and the small business person. You got to tune in, ladies and gentlemen, know who you are, what you're capable of doing right now. First of all, keep on going and keep on growing.